Hi guys, my name is Medintseva and you are on my crochet channel. In this video we will continue crocheting this beautiful, wonderful sleeping horse, and this will be the second part. I will leave a link to the first part in the description under the video. Also in the description under the video there will be links to my Instagram and the Etsy store, where you can buy patterns for my toys in PDF format. I wish you a creative mood and let's continue crocheting. In the last part, we have made 4 legs for the horse. The next row is the 25th row. We will connect these two, that is, the hind legs. We are now at this stage. As I said, in the 4th leg we don't make a slip stitch and don't cut the thread. Let's continue. Immediately from here we make 4 chain stitches. 1. By the way, you can mark your first chain stitch with a marker. This will be our first single crochet in this row. This is the first chain stitch, 2, 3 and the 4th chain stitch. We marked the beginning of the row with a marker, so that we can check later when we connect everything, so that everything is correct with the stitches. 4 chain stitches are made. Take the leg, take a separate leg. We need to make 24 single crochets along this leg, that is, we crochet it in a circle. I start crocheting the leg and insert the hook immediately under the slip stitch. In principle, you can start anywhere. This is how we insert the hook under the slip stitch. You can start anywhere. And simply crochet 24 single crochets in a circle. Tighten the threads so that there are no large holes later. And we crochet in a circle a total of 24 single crochets. Here are 24 single crochets made along this leg. Now we need to crochet 4 single crochets along these chain stitches, so that there is no hole. I insert the hook and into this stitch. We do this exactly here, where the legs are attached. I just insert the hook into this stitch and into the chain stitch. That is, I don't immediately insert the hook into the chain stitch, because there will be a hole if you immediately insert the hook into the chain stitch and make a single crochet. To avoid this, I insert the hook under this crocheted stitch. Pull out the working thread and only after that insert the hook into the chain stitch. Pull out the thread too. We crochet 3 loops on the hook at a time. We do this only in those places where the legs are connected, to avoid a hole. So 1 single crochet is made along the chain stitches. In the next stitch, this is the 2nd single crochet. In the next, the 3rd. Something is not working for me. This is the 3rd single crochet. And the 4th single crochet we do exactly the same. You can see the marker here. If the marker gets in your way, then remove it temporarily. I also inserted the hook first under the chain stitch and pulled the thread, don't crochet. And now we insert the hook under the already crocheted single crochet. Also pull out the thread. Exactly as in the corner, we do the same here. And only now we crochet these 3 loops on the hook at one time. 4 single crochets on the chain stitches are made. Now you also need to make 24 single crochets on this first leg. You should finish right next to the marker. This is how our 25th row ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You can see that I got it all right. It's 23 and 24. I got to the marker. That is, I did everything right. But I have a piece of advice for you. If suddenly you came to this place and you didn't get 24 single crochets, you got less or more, I advise you not to unravel the crocheting. You just need to cheat. For example, you got to the marker and you got 23 single crochets. Just make an increase in the last stitch. It won't be visible in the finished toy, it's crocheting. We can do whatever we want here. Just increase to 24 stitches. Just make the total number of stitches 24. And if suddenly you reached the marker and you got 25 single crochets, but we need 24, then on the contrary, make one decrease at the end. That is, don't unravel. If you start to unravel, the thread will be damaged, you will get upset. Just follow the advice, cheat a little. In total we will have 56 single crochets in a row. 24 on one leg, 24 on the other leg, and 4 single crochets are on each side of the chain of chain stitches. That is, there are 8 single crochets along the chain. And here is simple math: 48 plus 8 equals 56 single crochets. I don't think there is any point in recalculating the total number of stitches in a row. If you got 24 single crochets on this leg, then everything is correct. If you got more or less, then increase or decrease and continue on. The next row is the 26th row. In the 26th row, we make 18 single crochets. Insert the hook under this stitch and make the first single crochet. For some reason my hook jumped out. I need to put the hook back in place. The first single crochet is done. Move the marker and mark the beginning of the row. Continue on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Done. Look, this is our front part. Now we are going to crochet the back part. This is where we should be, so that you can get your bearings. This is where we are going to crochet this part, that is the butt. To do this, we make 9 increases in a row. In this part, we make 9 increases in a row. That is, we make 2 single crochet in each stitch. This is the first increase, 2, 3, this is the fourth increase, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last 9th increase. 9 increases in a row are done. I will show you what we got and where we have gone. Now we need to make 2 decreases. In this part, where we made 10 stitches, we make 2 decreases. I make the decreases through front loops. This is the first decrease, and now I crochet the second decrease, done. Now we make 9 increases again. This is the first increase. We repeat the same thing on the second leg. The second increase, the third increase, the fourth increase, the fifth increase, the sixth increase, the seventh increase, the eighth increase, and the ninth increase. This is how beautiful it looks. We need to make 16 single crochets until the end of the row. We just make one single crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. 15 and 16. We've reached the marker, everything is fine. This is what the crocheting looks like now. We've connected the back legs. Let's continue. The next row is the 27th row. We make 20 single crochets. I've moved the camera down so you can see it better. One single crochet is made and I put the marker again to mark the beginning of the row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we make 10 increases in a row. We also make 2 single crochet in each stitch. This is the second increase, the third increase, the fourth increase, the fifth increase, the sixth increase, the seventh increase, the 8th increase, 9, and the 10th increase. 10 increases are made. Now we need to make 8 decreases in a row. We start crocheting these 8 decreases in a row. You can insert the hook either completely into the stitch and make a decrease, or you can insert the hook only through front loop. Here you can do it however you like. Do it the way you find most comfortable. This is where you can do it however you like. I will now try to crochet these 8 decreases only through front loop. This is the first decrease. The main thing here is not to skip stitches, because it is easy to get confused. 2. You need to be very careful. 3. This is the fourth decrease, the fifth decrease, the sixth decrease, the seventh decrease, and the last 8th decrease. This is how it looks now. Now we again make 10 increases in a row. That is, we crochet the second half of the bud on the other leg. Done. And to the end of the row we make 16 single crochets. The 27th row is done. Let me show you what we got. This is what it looks like from the bottom. And this is the back or top side of the horse. This waviness is supposed to be like this, because later, when we add the stuffing, this will be the butt. Let's continue. In the 28th row, we make 40 single crochets at the beginning of the row. Then make 4 decreases and make 36 single crochets to the end of the row. Let's do it ourselves. 40 single crochets, 4 decreases and 36 single crochets to the end of the row. This is the 28th row. This row is done. This is what the crocheting looks like from all sides now. In the 29th row, we make 38 single crochets. Make 4 decreases here again and make 34 single crochets to the end of the row. That is, we make decreases here somewhere in the middle, right here. I decided to show you where I ended up after making 38 single crochets. And now here I will make 4 decreases in a row. The decreases will be placed here. Here is the first decrease, the second, the third and the fourth decrease. That is, this place is the place where we make the decreases. I just wanted to show you so that you can get your bearings. We should have decreases here between the legs in the middle. I will now make and show you these 4 decreases. This is the first decrease. The second decrease. The third decrease. And the fourth decrease. Here you can see that we will insert the hook into the next single crochet. This is how it looks. And now we need to make 34 single crochets until the end of the row. This is how we will finish the 29th row. The 29th row is done. This is how the crocheting looks from different sides now. The next row is the 30th. At the beginning of the 30th row, we make 36 single crochets, then we make 4 decreases and 32 single crochets to the end of the row. After that, there will be 72 single crochets at the end of the row. Then crochet 4 rows without changes. From the 31st to the 34th row inclusive, we make 72 single crochets in each row. I will now make the 30th row and show you what I got, and then we will crochet the remaining rows ourselves. I will show you again. This is at the beginning of the 30th row. 36 single crochets are made. Now, according to the pattern, we need to make 4 decreases. These decreases will be located right in the middle. We make 4 decreases. This is what the 4 decreases look like, and we make 32 single crochets to the end of the row. The 30th row is done. This is what our horse looks like now. Here you can see that the horse's butt is starting to form. I'm showing you from all sides so that you can compare it with your horse. And now we need to crochet 72 single crochets in each row from the 31st to the 34th row inclusive. These 4 rows are also done. This is how beautiful it should turn out. In the 35th row, we make 32 single crochets at the beginning of the row. After that, we make 6 decreases in a row. And we make 28 single crochets until the end of the row. And then in the 36th row, we simply make 66 single crochets. I want to show you again where I ended up after making 32 single crochets at the beginning of the 35th row. Now we will make 6 decreases here. 6 decreases are made. And now we make 28 single crochets to the end of the row. And then we crochet the 36th row without changes, that is, just 66 single crochets, 1 single crochet in each stitch. The 36th row is finished and I will show you what I got again. These are the beautiful shapes that are obtained in the toy. You cannot even imagine how many times I had to unravel and crochet again to achieve such a result. In the 37th row, we make 30 single crochets at the beginning of the row. Here we make 6 decreases again. And we make 24 single crochets to the end of the row. Thus, at the end of the row we will have 60 single crochets. And then we crochet the next 38th row 60 single crochets. In the end, we got something like this. Incredible beauty. Even without filler, you can see these beautiful shapes and curves. In the 39th row, we make 26 single crochets. I will do this row together with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Done. Now here we make 6 decreases in a row. This is the first decrease. The second decrease. The third decrease. The fourth decrease. The fifth decrease. and the 6th decrease. Here we made 6 decreases in a row. And until the end of the row we make 22 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I will not be able to finish to the end. I have run out of skein. I will attach a new thread and finish. By the way, you can see at what state I ran out of one skein of yarn. This is what I managed to do with one skein. Now I will pull out the thread and remove the hook to show you in all its beauty. Here you will finish making these 22 single crochets. Look at how beautiful it turns out. This is the horse's butt. Here in the middle we will crochet the tail later. This is how beautiful it is. I can't stop admiring it. From the 40th to the 48th row inclusive, we make 54 single crochets in each row. We now have 54 single crochets in a row, therefore we crochet the next 9 rows without changes, 1 single crochet in each stitch up to and including the 48th row. These rows are also done. This is what we got in the end. The horse's body is crocheted up to and including the 48th row. This is how beautiful it turned out. I show you from all sides. Add the stuffing and continue crocheting the horse's body. The stuffing is added and we will continue crocheting in the next part. See you soon in the new part.